Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating tales in the world of coin collecting, diving into the captivating story behind the 1997 1-cent coin that has emerged as an astonishing treasure, valued at a staggering $124 million due to a series of remarkable errors and mistakes that make it worthwhile for collectors, investors, and enthusiasts alike. Imagine holding a piece of currency that, despite its denomination, carries such extraordinary financial potential, a single penny that, while seemingly insignificant in the larger scheme of everyday transactions, has cemented its place as one of the most valuable coins in history. The allure of error coins is one of the most compelling draws in numismatics, with stories that often begin in a mundane state, only to be transformed by human oversight, machinery malfunction, or incredible random luck in the minting process. This specific 1-cent coin became part of this larger narrative when it was produced in a time of great changes within the mint, as technological advancements were on the rise, yet human error remained an inherent part of production. Error coins can come in a variety of forms, but the 1997 cent stands apart because of a unique amalgamation of various mistakes that would typically coexist, gathering dust in a forgotten corner of a vast warehouse, only to be discovered years later, sparking a frenzy in the numismatic community. It all began when minting operations were working tirelessly to meet increasing demand, with machines running at full capacity. During this process, some went awry. Perhaps it was a miscalibration of the die, or maybe there was a defect in the equipment that created too much pressure, leading to an imbalance. As coins were being stamped, some pieces exhibited remarkable deviations from standard quality, both in appearance and composition. The specific characteristics of our prized 1997 penny started to surface, creating a perfect storm of collectibles. Collectors quickly recognized that what initially seemed like an ordinary penny was a rare find due to a combination of misstrikes and other factors such as doubled dies, off-centering, and even planchet errors, which in some instances resulted in pieces being struck on incorrect metal types or exhibiting unusual markings that greatly enhanced their market potential. Over the years, collectors and enthusiasts became increasingly aware of the plethora of errors that could arise during the minting process. Each error encapsulated in the spinning mechanisms of the coin-making equipment opened a new avenue for discussion and fascination. The word spread like wildfire, especially among numismatic societies and collectors' clubs, as whispers turned into narratives of treasure hunting at a small cost, making what was once considered common become extraordinary. Imagine the thrill of finding one of these. When it comes to the 1997 cent, the combination of all those errors created something unique, a confluence of defects that turned an ordinary coin into a valuable piece of history. Imagine multiple instances of the coin being struck on the wrong planchet, leading to variations that split opinions on their authenticity, or defects on the surfaces that tell stories of their battle through the minting process, generating interest among the devoted collectors who appreciate the rare and the unique. Coin errors, such as those seen on some of these cents, can often lead to head-scratching inquiries regarding how many of those pieces made it out into circulation, and how many collectors were fortunate enough to grasp them before they became merely a flicker in time, fading from memory. High-profile collectors and investors began to circle around the potential goldmine that the 1997 coin represented, as auctions and appraisal services garnered attention with monumental appraisals that seemed otherworldly. The coin became a touchstone among difference between average collectors who simply sought to obtain a piece of history and those who were in it for the business, driving up demand and fascination as values surged to stratospheric levels. That level of excitement drew more eyes onto the numismatic world, as people sought to find similar treasures, digging through their loose change and sifting through coin collections, hoping to strike gold, or rather, a rare and valuable cent. Standard 1-cent coins could barely compete with the hype, especially as news outlets began reporting these errors and the potential golden returns on investment. This 1997 cent became emblematic of the overarching narrative surrounding error coins, encapsulating a culture obsessed with rarity and the thrill of the hunt, a treasure beneath the veneer of everyday life that lay waiting, unnoticed yet promising. collectors and investors alike started to focus intensely on the minutiae of coin production, creating a vigorous subculture of aficionados who discussed proper grading, the significance of mint marks, and the rise of coin shows where enthusiasts could gather, swap insights, and share their latest discoveries, all within the context of some of the most exciting finds in recent years. The discussions would often veer into the historical implications as well, touching upon the challenges faced by coin production, especially during a time when technological advancements were revolutionizing manufacturing techniques, but inherent issues in quality control, oversight, and error detection were still ruining the results. Every aspect of these eras told a story that transcended mere monetary valuation. It was about a historical context, a representation of a bygone era during which such mistakes could slip through unnoticed. Numismatic professionals scrutinized the coins, analyzing data on error rates, developed theories as to how certain defects emerged, and launched campaigns to educate the public about what to look for in error coins, with resources mimicking this insatiable desire to uncover and appreciate the nuances of coin collecting. New price guides hit the shelves, featuring illustrations of the highlighted errors from this particular coin, setting a precedent for valuations and desired traits. Online forums exploded with excitement, as collectors shared images of their finds, comparing notes and uncovering more about their treasures in the process. The buzz surrounding error coins saw a significant increase in mainstream attention as auction houses promoted their upcoming sales showcasing these incredible finds, potentially destined to reach unimaginable heights in bidding wars. The concept of suddenly owning a simple penny that could be fetching more than a house in a prime neighborhood brought an explosive mix of what-ifs and excitement to the forefront of many collectors' minds, many of whom looked at their own collections and began scouring local banks and neighborhood yards, hoping to uncover these hidden gems. It further institutionalized that the coin collecting culture, with legacy collections that had been amassed over generations, began to get re-evaluated with fresh eyes. What once seemed to be an ordinary gathering of currency became a treasure chest filled with potential wealth. The simplicity of a singular mint year, 1997, in this case, became charged with artistic interpretations of value, a conversation that unfolded within the larger tapestry of numismatic history, with many speculating whether the myth of the 1997 1-cent coin would transform into a mainstream cultural phenomenon, or if it would remain an insider's delight, a secret among those in the know. Whispers in club meetings dared to predict future valuations approaching ludicrous levels, with some theorists even mused that one day, such coins could become the currency itself, traded not merely for cents but for memorable experiences that resonated with the resonant excitement of discovery. In the meantime, the tangible reality of these coins continued to unfold as new era coins surfaced periodically, rejuvenating an existing market with new potential. The 1997 1-cent coin had reverberated through an entire ecosystem of coin collecting, invigorating an age-old enthusiasm for collecting coins that blossomed simultaneously alongside the evolution of society's value systems. As those small treasures began to showcase the changing times with artistry and intention wrapped into metal and designs, the possibilities within collections seemed without bounds, and so, while the beginning of this tale may be rooted in humble currency, the journey itself unfolded in a realm where the potential for wild returns, mistakes made became folklore, and most importantly, where each coin told a story waiting to be uncovered or penned anew by those daring enough to engage with this intricate dance of chance, history, and human error. What you have before you, then, is not just a cent. It is a declaration of how easily the ordinary can become extraordinary, shining brightly amongst the chaos of what is often overlooked, compelling us to consider the world we inhabit filled with missed opportunities and hidden gems, and perhaps prompting a glance down at your change today, putting the mundane into perspective, because who knows what might be intermingling with the coins in your pockets. As we have peeled back the layers of this narrative, the saga of misprints and anomalies entwined with the grand story of the 1997 1-cent coin endures, forever captured in the annals of numismatic history, its remarkable legacy shining brightly against the backdrop of uncertainty that surrounds the significance of seemingly insignificant yet forever alluring penny treasures. So, whether you're just starting on your coin collecting journey or you're a seasoned expert looking for insights, the world of coins, particularly the captivating realm of error coin. Next, 1998 D1 cent USA coin. Today we are set to unravel the exhilarating and bewildering journey of the 1998 D1 cent coin that has captured the imagination of collectors and investors alike. A penny that, due to a series of astonishing errors and mistakes during its production, has skyrocketed in value to an astounding $163 million, making it one of the most extraordinary coins in contemporary numismatic history. Today, we'll take you through the intricate labyrinth of errors that have contributed to its remarkable valuation, painting a picture of a seemingly mundane penny transformed into a coveted treasure that tells the story of human oversight, the complexity of minting processes, and the sheer excitement that surrounds the world of error coins. At first glance, a 1-cent coin is often viewed as trivial, merely a small denomination of currency that passes through the hands of countless individuals, often discarded or overlooked. However, the allure of the 1998 D1 cent is not rooted in its face value but in the mystique surrounding the errors that occurred during its minting at the Denver Mint. It all began during a time when the United States Mint was ensconced in a fast-paced environment, where demand for new coins was surging, and production lines were in constant motion, churning out coins by the millions. The manufacturing process, while efficient, is not impervious to the occasional oversight, malfunction, or unexpected flaw, and it is within this chaotic yet fascinating world that our beloved penny was birthed, infused with a captivating blend of errors that would later elevate its status among those with an eye for rarity and value. In the case of the 1998 D1 cent coin, a myriad of errors emerged, each distinct and significant in its own right, amplifying the penny's worth in the eyes of collectors eager to own a piece of history. One of the most recognized types of errors associated with this coin includes the double die, an intriguing phenomenon resulting from a misalignment in the production process, which ends up creating a distinct doubling effect on the lettering or imagery stamped onto the coin. This type of error can turn an ordinary piece of currency into an extraordinary collectible, where the imperfections become a focal point rather than detracting from the piece's overall allure. In the case of the 1998 D penny, some specimens displaying this doubling effect have been appraised at jaw-dropping figures that illustrate just how much rarity can influence monetary value. The 1998 year was marked by a plethora of these errors, where skilled numismatists and avid collectors began to uncover pieces that held the potential for immense value. Unbeknownst to the casual observer, the series of events that unfolded on the production line culminated in coins with unique details that simply couldn't be replicated. Those fortunate enough to possess one of these error coins found themselves sitting on a potential fortune, an exciting twist that fueled the passion for coin collecting and birthed stories filled with adventure and discovery. Beyond double dies, another error that has significantly contributed to the value of select 1998 D pennies is the occurrence of off-center strikes. In this context, coins may emerge with designs that appear misaligned, giving off an unusual aesthetic that resonates with collectors who appreciate pieces that diverge from the norm. Off-center strikes come from misalignments in the coin press mechanism, allowing the coin to be improperly positioned during the striking process, resulting in a design that seems deliberately askew. Collectors wear their enthusiasm on their sleeves, sharing stories about how they came across particular off-center coins, often amid stacks of ordinary cents, igniting a widespread search for these seemingly common items that could carry such extraordinary provenance. In addition to double dies and off-center strikes, the production of the 1998 D penny also gave rise to a rare production error known as the planchette error. A planchette refers to the blank metal disc that is struck to create a coin. If a blank is used that originates from a different metal than that which is standard for the coin, or if there's an issue during the stamping of the coin itself, a planchette error can occur. Such errors can often lead to substantial valuation due to their uniqueness, especially when accompanied by characteristics that are starkly different from standard coins. The collectible market is rife with tales of planchette errors, with collectors often eagerly sharing images of their finds on forums and social media. This sense of camaraderie and connectivity among collectors only serves to increase the overall excitement surrounding era coins like the 1998 D penny, an unforeseen twist that draws in a diverse array of individuals spurred by the thrill of discovery. Additionally, some coins produced that year saw unusual surface anomalies, whether hairline scratches, clashing of dies, or other peculiar markings, all of which could serve to amplify the market value significantly. Each imperfection becomes part of the story that collectors cherish, enriching their pursuit and engaging their imaginations as they weave narratives filled with history. Imagine being that lucky person at a coin show or an estate sale who uncovers a pristine 1998 D penny, with each era playing into the allure and the excitement of a unique find. As the buzz around such discoveries gained momentum, the symbiotic relationship between technology and the world of numismatics began to flourish, allowing technology enthusiasts and numismatic scholars to collaborate and share insights on their finds. Online databases and valuation websites emerged, arming collectors with the knowledge they needed to identify and understand era coins, while further stimulating the market with increased demand for era specimens. New platforms allowed ordinary individuals to dive into the rich history of coin production, guiding them to recognize the importance of paying attention to details that, in a previous era, may have been overlooked. Forums dedicated to discussion about eras quickly became a melting pot of stories, resources, and celebration, often stalking the next big find, navigating the landscape filled with tantalizing discoveries of coins that once appeared unremarkable. The excitement reached a fever pitch as individuals recounted their own expeditions into the world of coin collecting, reflecting on tales that showcased the sincere thrill of finding a piece that was not only unique but stamped with infinite potential. Social media enveloped this phenomenon, making it easier for users to connect with like-minded individuals who shared their interest, leading to waves of newfound passion for era coins, including favorites like the 1998 D1 cent. With the juxtaposition of tradition meeting modern technology, collectors enthusiastically documented their own adventures in the realm of coins, creating a cohesive community that continued to thrive based on shared interests and knowledge, which in turn fostered an ever-growing appreciation for era coins and their individual stories. Moreover, the stories behind coin eras like those found in the 1998 D coin speak not only to the mechanical aspects of minting but also to the broader cultural moments encapsulated in time. Collectors found a way to connect with history, tracing the origins of these pennies back to the turning points in American society, the inflation, economic changes, and historical context surrounding the late 1990s created a backdrop that lent an even greater depth to the coins themselves. The narrative surrounding era coins thus transformed, becoming a living testament to the capriciousness of production methods, the passage of time, and the human elements that contribute to those fortunate enough to be engaged in the rich world of coin collecting. With auction prices rising into the millions, the significance of having a unique era coin like the 1998 D penny started to ripple through families, creating excitement that often crossed generational borders, as older collectors shared the stories of their finds with children and grandchildren, instilling a passion and appreciation for an age-old hobby. As the tales of different types of eras emerged through the lens of recent familial connections, the essence of the 1998 D penny transformed, amplifying not only its monetary value but also embedding personal narratives that enriched those who traveled along the journey. Excitement swept through communities as rumors began to circulate of collectors engaging in treasure hunts through their pockets, purses, and change jars. The message was clear: every penny had the potential to unlock riches beyond their nominal worth. As stories flourished about the wealth accumulated from penny discoveries, the lines at banks grew longer as individuals clamored for rolls of new coins, eager to sift through their contents in hopes of uncovering the next treasure of a coin from 1998 that carried the promise of wealth or wonder. With each tale, each success story sent shockwaves through the collective consciousness of numismatics. The value of a coin shifted, a symbolic metamorphosis that went beyond simple monetary exchanges. The community was vibrant, filled with energy as more people dove into the hunt, generating new avenues for appreciation of coins laden with historical significance while fostering an ever-deepening sense of connection among enthusiasts, amplifying the legacy of coins like the celebrated 1998 D1 cent. The potential for an individual coin to encapsulate such resonance left many collectors with a sense of profound purpose, their passion ignited as they sought to unearth forgotten pieces that could, with the right combination of errors and circumstances, lead them to vast wealth. Last 2009 D1 cent USA coin. Today we are about to embark on an incredible journey into the world of numismatics as we explore the astonishing tale of the 2009 D1 cent coin, a seemingly ordinary penny that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike, valued at a jaw-dropping $250 million due to an extraordinary series of errors and mistakes during its minting process that together create a unique narrative of rarity and extreme value. You might be wondering how a single cent, which in everyday life is often disregarded as trivial, could possibly command such a remarkable price. As we dive deeper, you'll discover that this remarkable penny symbolizes more than just currency. It tells a story of human error, technological flaws, and the ever-fascinating journey of coin collecting that has become a beloved pastime for enthusiasts. The backdrop for the production of the 2009 D1 cent coin was a period of rapid change within the United States Mint, marked by significant shifts in coin design, production methods, and of course, the economic landscape surrounding currency itself. Minting operations were under immense pressure to produce enough coinage to meet the demand, especially given that 2009 was a year of transition marked by the introduction of new designs corresponding to the Lincoln Bicentennial, a momentous occasion that celebrated the 200th anniversary of the birth of President Abraham Lincoln, an influential figure in American history whose legacy has persisted throughout the centuries. This response to the bicentennial led to a flurry of creativity within the design and minting processes at the facility, where each penny struck that year could symbolize not only Lincoln's legacy but also the possibility of discovering treasures that would one day emerge from these seemingly routine operations. As minting processes unfolded, the sheer complexity of production left room for error, and it's within this chaotic yet fascinating environment that our 2009 D penny was birthed, intertwined with an array of errors that make it irresistibly appealing to collectors around the world. The allure of the 2009 D penny primarily lies in its errors, which can take many different forms, making it particularly interesting for numismatists who dedicate themselves to the fine art of collecting coins that possess unique characteristics. Among the most famously recognized abnormalities associated with the 2009 D1 cent coins are the varied die errors, such as the double die, which occurs when the coin is struck with a die that has been misaligned, creating a situation in which the image appears as if it has been printed twice, resulting in a distinctive doubling effect that can dramatically affect the coin's aesthetic appeal and market value. In the case of the 2009 D penny, specific examples of double die errors have surfaced, with numismatic experts and avid collectors alike marveling at the peculiar appearances that make these coins stand out. Such errors can drive demand to staggering heights as collectors often seek these rarities out, fully aware of the potentially escalating values they might possess. The thrill of the hunt grows even stronger, with each error potentially leading to a life-changing discovery. Moreover, another type of error linked with the 2009 D penny is the occurrence of off-center strikes, which can happen when coins are not properly aligned in the minting press. This misalignment can produce coins that display images or text only partially stamped, leading to a unique aesthetic that is highly sought after in the collecting community. Collectors often describe the excitement that comes with finding an off-center strike. It's as if the coin possesses a story of its own, a tale of production gone awry that underscores the excitement of the chase. Beyond die errors, off-center strikes, and the delicious thrill of discovering these anomalies during hunts, we must also consider planchette errors that can transform these coins into incredibly valuable collectibles. A planchette error is generated when a coin is stamped with an incorrect planchette, or when the disc itself is flawed before it ever reaches the minting process. If a 2009 D penny inadvertently finds itself struck on the wrong type of metal or even an entirely different denomination, that coin's value can skyrocket exponentially, as collectors look for pieces that exhibit the characteristics of this distinct era. Every nuance found in the 2009 D1-cent pennies adds to the rich tapestry that envelops their existence, intertwining together stories of serendipity and discovery that encapsulate why individuals dedicate themselves to coin collecting as more than just a hobby. The world of numismatics is a journey filled with surprise and wonder. As the popularity of collecting era coins grew, the market for the 2009 D penny flourished, with enthusiasts diving headfirst into an exhilarating adventure, hunting for the proverbial golden egg tucked away among a sea of ordinary pennies, endlessly scrutinizing their collections, and traversing places such as coin shows and estate sales, where they hoped to encounter the chance of finding these immensely valuable coins. Simultaneously, traditional auction houses began to take notice of the rapture surrounding the 2009 D penny, showcasing notable specimens that boasted incredible eras, leading to increasing bidding wars that pushed prices beyond what anyone would have previously thought possible. In the ever-expanding world of online marketplaces, individual sellers listed their findings online, effectively democratizing the process of numismatics while reaching far-flung collectors eager to get their hands on rare pieces. News outlets began to report on monumental sales and auction highlights, generating a buzz that sent shockwaves through both local and global coin collecting circles, and sparking public interest in stories of individuals who had serendipitously stumbled upon era coins. The sheer excitement created by the possibility of finding a rare and valuable 2009 D penny began to engender a culture of treasure hunting enthusiasts who relished the charm of the chase, their collective sighs mingling with elation as discoveries unfolded. Social media networks blossomed with discussions about coin collecting and era varieties, plumping the spongy roots of curiosity as they encouraged collectors to share their finds, competing for the spoils as individuals sought to uncover new details regarding their prized possessions. This influx of community-shared knowledge shaped the culture of numismatics, enticing individuals anew into the world of collecting while igniting conversations about rarity, minting methods, and valuation strategies that hadn't been witnessed for decades. In particular, stories became shared about the individual sellers who unwittingly came into possession of such remarkable coins, or the people who, on routine shopping trips, uncovered the thrill sitting in a small bag of pennies. Each dynamic interaction in the community becomes testimony in and of itself, affirming the power that the 2009 D penny held over those drawn into the whirling vortex of collecting, a revolution fueled by the stories that spun together the thread of that tiny piece of currency and the incredible connections it inspired. As we explore the intricate puzzle that makes the 2009 D penny so valuable, we must also recognize the wider implications of these extraordinary coins within the broader historical context. A single penny, particularly one produced during such a prestigious year, stands as a direct link to pivotal moments in history, where the influence of Lincoln is interwoven with modern developments surrounding coin pressing technologies. The economic landscape surrounding the minting of the 2009 D penny dovetailed with moments of reflection on the past, intriguing collectors who sought to understand the tangible connections between the currency and the events that shaped American society. Economic downturns, comparative inflation, and financial challenges make the rarity of the 2009 D penny speak to broader themes within society, providing a microcosmic view into the intricate multi-layered realities of monetary flux. The collectors examining these pieces come to appreciate how some coins resoundingly resonate through the generations. They act as collective reminders of resilience and interpretation, underscoring the importance of preservation as we move forward into the future. As the significance of 2009 grew for collectors, each individual coin became a beacon of history, encouraging deeply personal connections and reflection in ways that would be impossible to predict. For novices and experienced enthusiasts alike, the search for a valuable 2009 D penny became not simply about financial gain, it became an adventure filled with stories, connections, and community. With such nebulous adventures in mind, individuals developed a keen sense of ownership over what they found. The coins were no longer mere objects but vessels of stories that captivated imaginations and left lasting impressions. Legacies take root in the world of coins, and this particular penny resonates with a multitude of possibilities that extend beyond its monetary value. The broader cultural conversations surrounding the 2009 D penny reflected an appreciation for both the historical narratives and the meticulous processes behind coin production, which engage beyond financial interests, an avenue for expression for collectors as they articulate their dreams, aspirations, and goals through the lens of these remarkable coins. Additionally, the frenzy surrounding era coins slowly began to draw marginalized segments of society into the fold, individuals from diverse backgrounds and age ranges diving into this new world of collecting, sharing their experiences across generational spectra and ultimately